Mr. President, I don't know how this body votes on this bill. With all due respect to the gentleman from Putnam, I mean, we're relying on his word for a lot of this. And I don't doubt his veracity and his truthfulness. I question his numbers. I mean, I'm an accountant and an attorney, and I can't comprehend a lot of what he's saying except that the conclusions sound good. The devil's in the details. You know, this is one senator's vision, and that's great. I mean, it sounds to me like if we can't meet the conditions to eliminate the income tax on the schedule that's laid out in this bill, which nobody can tell me we can, because nobody can predict 2 years from now or 3 years from now what's going to happen to oil and gas, what's going to happen to coal, what's going to happen to our population. We've lost over 60,000 in the last 5 years, and I predict that that will continue. But the lower income folks in the middle class are going to get left out in the cold, particularly if that income tax does not get eliminated on the schedule that's being told to us in this bill. Now, if it does get eliminated, you know, that's a huge chunk of our budget. And we're really going to pass this bill on 1 hour's deliberation, maybe 2, because we've been talking for a while. I mean, this is something that ought to be looked at by experts. We have experts. We have experts that can take this bill and dissect it and tell us exactly what's going to happen. And again, with all due respect to my friend from Putnam County, he's a physical therapist. We need to have somebody who's trained to look at this type of bill and the effects, the massive effects that it's going to have on the state of West Virginia. Now, you know, the people that I seem to like the best, which tend to be lawyers, architects, engineers, and the print media, are getting hammered by this bill. 8% in sales tax. That'll eliminate a whole bunch of our newspapers. Maybe that's the goal. 8% on the money that people who are injured in person or property get to receive in order to take care of their lives is going to get taxed at 8%. Maybe that's okay too. But I can tell you this, as much as reducing a physical therapist's ability to bill his patients and keep people from getting treatment, taking it away from injured people or people who have suffered injury to their property is equally as devastating. Now, I think this hurts the state. You know, it sounds great, it sounds good, but everybody is guessing at how it's going to turn out. And we shouldn't have to guess, because this majority, this Republican majority, came in on the mandate of transparency in government. Where's the opportunity to study this bill? Where is the opportunity to make sure that it's going to do the things that the gentleman certainly believes it's going to do? We haven't had it. We're violating our own rule to require a fiscal note for any bill that affects the tax revenues of any state or county government. And here we're dealing with a bill of such magnitude that it bankrupted the state of Kansas. Same kind of bill, bankrupted them. And we're going to jump off the cliff holding hands and singing Kumbaya. The lives of every West Virginian is at stake with this bill. The lives of every West Virginian and the future of this state hangs in the balance. The majority pretends like we're playing with monopoly money. We're not. This is real money. A major mistake will be impossible for this state to recover from, except in the decades to come. We're not playing with monopoly money. We're playing with the future of the state of West Virginia. I recommend a no vote on this amendment, Mr. President. I recommend that this body be given time to analyze this amendment and have experts report back to us so that we can make an intelligent vote and not a shot in the dark.